drive?
Nice question. I didn't think I'd be able to drive. I thought once you lost your feet, that's your gas and brake pedal, basically. How'd you do that? I was in the hospital in Philadelphia, and some kid came in on crutches. He had one leg he'd lost. And he came in and said, anybody want to drive my car? I've got hand controls on it. And I said, well, I'll try that. I've been in the hospital maybe 6 months, and I was, in my chair. And I wheeled out to his car in the parking lot, and he got in the driver's side, and I got in the passenger side and left my wheelchair in the parking lot. And he has, who's got a book? Hand me those papers right there. Well, here's the steering wheel. I know it's a little weak, but that's the steering wheel. He's behind the steering wheel, he's driving, and shift. And there's not a clutch, just automatic. He just has to put it in drive and has to put his foot on the brake, and he can do that, but he has a bar that runs right here and 2 bars that run down to the gas and brake pedal, sitting in the driver's seat. And he pushes down, and the little gear rotates up here and pushes on the gas, and he pushes forward, and that little rod pushes on the brake. Gas, brake, drive, I'm gone. So once I found out that I could drive, and once I figured out how to get my chair into the car and still be able to shut the doors and go with my chair, it was I just never went back to the hospital. I stayed gone. I bought a '69 GTO down here in Salt Lake somewhere. I don't know if you know what a GTO is, but it's a really fast car back in the day. I had driven a piece of crap Rambler all my growing up life in West Virginia, and then I got this GTO, and I could fold my chair up, get in the passenger side, reach out, and pull the chair behind me into the seat behind me, because it was a 2-door car, so the door is kind of wide. So I get in the passenger side, get over to the driver's side, and reach clear out, and the chair's folded up, and grab a hold of the chair and just pull it in behind the front seat, reach out, shut the door, and wham, I'm gone. And once I could get in and out of my car, that opened up travel and pulling the shields, as it was called back then, and things, and meet girls. Nice question on the car. Yeah.
Were you treated badly when you came home?
Tell me?
Were you treated badly when you came home?
No, they didn't treat. I was too hurt. Anybody that treated me badly was probably worried I'd be dead in a week anyway, so I treated him badly. I didn't see that. I didn't see the spitting on soldiers who came back and the, baby killer comments and stuff. I was too busy. Hey, it took me a year and a half to get out of the hospital. Of what was going on. I was a small town boy from West Virginia, so most of the people respected me and knew my family. And the high school all knew me. And one of my other buddies got shot right through here. We played baseball together. The bullet blew out both his eyes. So 2 of our graduating class got really hurt bad but didn't die. And so we were kind of the focus in my city. Take care of those 2 veterans, and they did really well. I met a lot of people who didn't give a rat's ass about whether or not I could get into buildings or into class at BYU. My classes were upstairs in the Mazer building, which had 60 stairs or something like that to get up to it, and I went on my butt, pulling my chair behind me up the stairs to my class, and I bet I did that 20 times, and maybe I got helped up the stairs 3 or 4 times. But I went up and down those stairs on my butt, pulled my chair. So accessibility was really not a factor. Couldn't get into bathrooms, and they didn't see any problem with that, so that was a real issue, and I was ornery about that kind of stuff. And BYU has since changed how they treat people, I think. I was a student there in one of the offices of handicap services or something when they built a big stadium down there. and they redid the Marriott Center, and I was close to the people who were the bosses, and I had a lot of input into those stadiums and the Marriott Center, of being able to make it so we could see and we could get to bathrooms. So kind of, I felt good about that. Yeah, anything else, Justin?
What was it like going from like walking around to having to be in a chair?
From having what?
From having to like go from walking around to now
Being in a chair?
chair.
Yeah, I think the part I get the most ornery about now is I don't like little people, 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and guys like that. Those kids drive me crazy. They ask everything. I'm used to people being looked at. I'm used to that. I never like it, but I understand it. And you know, I go by somebody that's really hurt, I pause and look and see what's happened and stuff. So I think I've gotten over it. You'll see me in the hall sometimes muttering to myself, something's happened, and somebody said something, or you know, giving me a look and said something. I usually don't confront people. I used to, you know. I didn't hear what you said. What did you say? You know, something about no legs. I wasn't listening. I do stuff that wasn't very nice. Put them on the spot. So I just let that stuff go now. But it wasn't comfortable. No, still isn't. Most people are more intelligent than that now. That's why I like being a teacher. I like being with people who are educated. You know, I don't know if I like my career because I'm with people who generally are pretty classy. So I like that part. Yes, ma'am.
What kept you motivated in the hospital to keep trying to get better and not give up on yourself?
I don't know. That's a great question. Happens I get it all the time. I didn't like to lose. I was really a lousy loser. I still am. I think my competitive spirit and I had a really good family from West Virginia, and that family stayed right with me. You know, Mom was pregnant at the time that I got hurt. She came over and stayed with me. People in my church from West Virginia came and stayed with me in the hospitals. Had lots of company. I just had good people around me, I think. And then I saw people, guys that were hurt who had nobody, who were in the hospital, and there were hundreds of them. I was there when there were really a lot. And they were all amputees where I was, so they'd lost legs, arms, eyes, whatever. And I saw them just laying there with no visitors. And you know, you can physically turn yourself off. You can say I quit, and I've seen guys do that. They're hurt so bad, they could have lived, but they just said, I don't want to, and they give it up. So good people around me, I think. Good question. Yeah.
Do you regret joining?
Well, that's a good question too. I've been asked before, would you go back? Would you do the same thing you did again? I was really stupid. I was 19 when I went. I didn't know a thing about politics. I didn't know anything. I couldn't tell you where Washington, D.C. was, I don't think. So I was just a dumb kid. I hope, were this to come up again, I would have been a smarter kid and paid attention to what was going on out in the world. I had an opinion, and I probably would have said, I don't know why we're there. And as I look back, I'm just kind of not sure what we accomplished over there. We lost 57,000 men over there, and there was so much politics that, you know, I go, I wish. So odds are I probably wouldn't do it again. I certainly wouldn't ever want to do the, you know, the lessons I've learned from being in this position. I needed them somehow. I think they've made me stronger. I'm really empathetic to people who are hurt or who have things going on. I don't know if I'd have been that without this experience. And so maybe just what I've learned is what I was supposed to learn. I don't know. I guess we'll see down the road.